Buenas tardes, amigos. Good afternoon, friends.
Me llamo Julia Mihelic.
And I am not bilingual. However, many of the students that I teach are. While the task of teaching students who speak another language is not impossible, it can be challenging. Now, things would be great if I was able to just quickly learn to speak Spanish, German, French, or any other language, but that is not the reality in which I am living. Therefore, I must do something else. Based on the following theory, I need to decide to create what I am calling a shared language. My theory is simple but crucial, and here it is. Shared language is a key component to building community. Let's let that sink in for a moment. Now let's define shared language. It is a common vocabulary that is developed in a group setting. While this may initially sound like everyone learning the same language, it is actually referring more directly to people working together to find ways to communicate. Common vocabulary does not necessarily mean the exact same definitions in a singular language. My more specific theory stems from the larger educational theory of social linguistics, which insists that students learn best when they partake in social activities. At first glance, it seems like all we would have to do to make this happen would be to have students work and discuss in groups. Based on what we've been discussing thus far, though, we know that there's more to it than that. All over the world, we have classrooms where there are students speaking all different types of languages: Spanish, English, Mandarin, Arabic, and everything in between. So if we have all of these different languages, what are we supposed to do as educators? We know we want students to be able to communicate, but it is more complicated than that. So the question still remains, what do we do when there are multiple languages in the same classroom? The short answer is that it is a teacher's job to facilitate these conversations. The long answer is not quite that simple, but there are some things that the teacher can do to help her be able to facilitate. Some facilitation tools for your toolbox. First of all, you can provide non-native English speakers with access to the common language by giving them things like sentence starters. Also, you can validate students' native languages and allow them to use it if it is appropriate. And finally, you can embrace non-traditional forms of communication. Most importantly, we can let students know that all languages are valued and important. While we are doing this, we should also provide students with opportunities and supports to speak in a shared way. When we do all of this, we are ensuring that our theory can, in fact, happen. Once our theory is enacted, and in case you forgot, our theory is, again, a shared language is a key component to building a community. Then and only then we can overcome the challenges of a multi-language classroom.
Created using Powtoon.